Hey, Spectrum or Demon Flight, it's me, Spectrum. Come to this video. I am doing 3 Minecraft mobs as dragons. The 3 I using are the Ghast, the Ravager, and the last one is the Creeper. All 3 iconic, the Creeper being the most iconic out of them all. Well, I really like these designs, but the Ravager has to be my personal favorite. Now, roll intro and let's get into this video. Let's go! Like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. Long time no see, everyone. I'm back and I'm just going over some dragons. These dragons are very similar to another species of dragons I've talked about before. That one dragon was known as the Phantom Nightmare Amphitheater. I finally managed to figure out how to pronounce that word. It took me forever. The most common name was Phantom Amphitheater, and these other ones can be found in the same location. The location is a little ring of islands nearby that are just brimming with different types of dragons. Some drakes, some actual full-on dragons, some on like little Asian dragons that don't really have wings but use magic to fly around. Very interesting. Now, this first one we're looking at is known as the Fire-Spewing Tentacle Hydra. It's its creature name. The most common name for it is Fire-Spewing Hydra. Again, this one has been recently discovered, and just like the name suggests, it can breathe fire. But not just that, it has the body of like a Hydra-like thing, except it doesn't have multiple heads. Like the name suggests, it has multiple tentacles with mouths at the end. I've actually been to these isles before, and I've actually managed to kill one of these. They are very dangerous, very far away, but once you just notch a bow and arrow or fire a bullet at them, they're out like a light. They're dead. I've done research and I've found that their magic system, it goes like, when someone has magic, it has different systems. It still has the respiratory, nervous, and all that systems, and all the organs and all that, as well, the skeletal system. But the magical system is different. It actually, let's say a dragon has multiple mouths like this one, and it can breathe fire like this one, and that means that the fire glands will not be on that one mouth. Instead, it would actually be near the heart or somewhere in the body. That way, it will actually spread. Then the magical glands actually have little wires like a nervous system going off into the mouths. Then there's a little hole where the fire can come out of. And that's how it works. This thing has one main head that it can shoot major fire from, and the smaller heads have a quarter of that power. So, yeah, really dangerous. Any other facts besides that one is that these things can only be found in an area that has really reminded me of how people from other worlds end up teleporting here. It's sort of like a purplish portal-like thing. It's weird. Everyone here is around maybe 6 feet tall and very talented creators of weaponry stuff like swords, bows and arrows, and these are way more powerful than your average ones. So they have made portals made of obsidian but of a special type. it can only be found in these aisles. And get this, they are extremely hard to get. Each block they made is around 5 feet tall, so around, I'm going to guess, 15 feet tall and about maybe 15 feet across. Very big portal for a guy who's around maybe 5'11". I'm about saw those guys. Let's get to the next one anyways. Okay, the second one we're looking at is one that can be found during a rare occurrence of something called a raid. They are let's just say a riding type dragon. A riding type dragon is something that a dragon that is rideable. These things can only usually be found during raid, with some other dragons that are like a Vexor is a type of dragon that is something like a ghost. It can phase through objects, but can still be killed using regular weapons. That's one of these things that comes along with this guy. This dragon is a very dangerous dragon. It's known to ram stuff with its head. And its creature name is Ramming Tusk Dragon, or the Ravaging Dragon for short. I managed to... The way this happens is if you disturb a nest of these breed of dragons. Not the Ravaging Ram Dragon, but I'm talking about a nest of these other dragons called Illa Dragons. They look like villagers in this world, in this, isles. But some of them have axes on their tails, some are like wyverns, and have bows, or actually crossbows on their, biological crossbows, and some of them can summon other dragons called the Vexors, like I already mentioned. But those dragons can also summon like little monsters. I might go over those 4 other dragons in a minute. But then, those are all really dangerous. Now, this one is very tough, and it's actually ridden by not really ridden, but it can be ridden and tamed. It's just very difficult to tame one of these things. The only way to get an egg from it is to actually find a cave where they're stored. These caves have all been found and are usually very hard to find new ones. So these things usually only are summoned from a little weird place I've never been able to find. But I think the Overseer is going to help me try to find that area, because he's having trouble finding where they're coming from too. But anyways, like I was saying, they can only be summoned during the raid, but on very rare occasions, they are sometimes found during patrols around. I've killed a few, and one actually had a banner on its back. They had like they had an axe and a crossbow crossing, and the head of a ravaging dragon on it. Something's going on around here. I'm going to have to do some more research. Now, let's get to the last one of today. Before we get into the next part of this video and the last drawing, there's 2 things I want to say. One, only 2.4% of y'all guys are actually subscribed to my channel. So, can y'all actually please subscribe and get this number up to at least around 10 to at least 15%? I hope we can do that before this year's over. Now, the second thing I want to say is that I'm not going to be uploading tomorrow, because for my Popcross Community Redraw submission, I'm going to be doing a version of my character for a manga I want to write.
It is based off of the idea that this guy's isekai. Isekai's my favorite type of anime. Okay, and Demos. I decided for a little some type of mystery quest like thing, and I just really like Demos, so there's that, and fantasy and stuff like that. So I hope y'all enjoy that video that's coming out on Friday. Now let's get back into this video. Let's go.
Okay, this last dragon we're looking at is known as the Towering Combustion Creeping Drake. Now, the reason why it's called that is because for multiple reasons. The main reason is because it has a very long neck. And like the last part of the name suggests, it is a drake. Like I already stated, it has a long neck and it has 4 claws. And like a little lizard my brother went over, it has a biological string like thing on it. It does have a tail and the biological string and a little biological flare. What happens when it's threatened is that it can actually explode. Yeah, it does explode. It mostly explodes its head or a leg or something. But let's say it's having a face off against someone, and the strongest armor these people got, it will blow up its entire body and blow it to smithereens. And let's just say that is very difficult to deal with, because most people end up dying thanks to these things. They've learned to explode one body part or not. From what they've told me, is that they usually just explode right near. But these things have been getting smarter and smarter. I've actually seen one with some type of parasite attached to it. Looked very mechanical. That reminds me of a story I'm going to have to tell y'all guys sometime sooner or later. Very weird. Well, besides that, that's all I got for these ones. Besides that, they're green. Well, that's all I got, the information I got for those guys.
Well, that's all I got time for today's video, and I really hope you all enjoy these drawings that I had. Until next time, subscribe to Adrian's Mike Sammy or Demon's Alliance. Goodbye and peace out.